guys, that's how our engagement broke. And
I'll never forgive you for this.
yeah, I hope she forgives me for that. But so the ring shopping was done, and that was the major part of it. And 50% I felt the shopping was over. My responsibility is over. Okay.
Yeah, for boys the shopping is over with the ring, but what about the girl? So I had to go shopping for the clothes, I had to go shopping for other accessories, and I had too many plans in my mind. I already had browsed about all the wedding looks and wedding makeup and wedding jewelry and how the celebrities are decking up themselves. So all this I have browsed, and I kept showing him, look at this picture, look at that picture, what color dress should I buy, what color jewelry should I wear. So he did not show interest in any of this. He said, baby, I already have too much on my plate. I'm already trying to tackle my parents and trying to solve out these problems. You please go ahead and buy whatever you want. So for the engagement, I went to Kalanikethan and I got a lehenga, a blue and pink lehenga. That was a little bright, I felt. I mean, like now I feel that was a little too bright, but at that point of time, I thought a bride should look bright, right? Like should stand out from other girls. So I picked that color, and to match with that I wanted to buy jewelries like the choker and bangle and all that. So we went to Saukarpet and we bought bridal bangles.
Okay. Not gold, right?
No. This is for the engagement. So we went to a shop called Bridal Bangles and we bought bangles from there, and I bought this tikka from there, like the Muslim style, Arabic style side tikka. That's called something, I forgot the name.
Nethi chutti.
Nethi chutti is the normal traditional one, and the side la podradha, I forgot the name actually. So if you guys know what it's called, please leave a comment. So I got that, and I got matching bangles, I got matching choker, earrings and everything. And we also went to a customized shop, and we actually bought pink stones from one shop, and we went to a customized shop and we asked them to make a necklace and the chutti out of it. So all this we did. He had no idea about all that. My mom and I went shopping. We were roaming for one full day trying to buy all these items, and we just spent one day. Shopping for one whole day is good enough, right? Like, that's not too much, I believe. So one full day we shopped from morning 9 to night 9, I think. And then
there are some things which men really can't do, and this is one of the things. Shopping.
That is so less.
Shopping.
Imagine it's your engagement and you're just shopping for one day. You are like buying everything in one single day. How difficult that is. I planned well and I executed that. So that was all over. It was in place and everything was done. And going to book the hall.
That was another day. So we searched for halls and all that, somewhere in between her place and my place, a small hall. And we didn't want to invite, it's just an engagement, right?
Yeah,
so you won't
we wanted to invite only close friends and close relatives.
Yeah, so that's all we wanted to do. And before I could tell my relatives, she actually started inviting everyone, and she already went ahead. We fixed a date. It was the 29th of July.
29th of July, yeah.
Yeah, that was the date when the wedding hall was available.
Okay, the wedding hall was
the
Asafi.
Asafi in Katipara Junction.
That particular hall was a brand new one. A lot of people didn't even know that it existed. They had just opened the hall, and they had really royal kind of chairs and royal lighting and all that. So we went there for lunch, is it, once?
Yeah, we went for lunch and we checked out the
place upstairs. Checked out the hall and we checked out the other like furnitures and all that, and it was too good. So we thought, okay, fine. It was a small hall actually. It was a small place, but it was, good enough for engagement. So we thought we'll book that place, and we spoke to the manager and all that, and we gave an advance of 30,000 we gave.
Yes, something.
So we gave an advance of 30,000 for the hall. We blocked the hall for that particular day. And all this was going on, and he was also enthusiastic about all that, and I was telling, inform your relatives, inform your parents, invite all of them, because I'm going to inform my relatives. And I asked him about informing and inviting my relatives, and he said, okay, you go ahead and you invite them. So I actually asked my dad to call up each and every one of my relative and invite them on my dad's behalf, because I cannot go and invite my relatives directly, right? So I asked my dad to do that, and he obliged, and everybody were happy for me. Even though it's a very big thing and they cannot accept it, we already arranged everything. So me and Dan have already arranged everything, so they could not do anything about it. So since it was all set, my father called up each and every one of my relative, and he invited them personally, and they were all fine with it. They said they are coming. And then I was asking Dan, when are you going to invite your relatives? When are you going to inform your parents? When are you going to invite your relatives? And there was...
And before I could actually start with my relatives, I had to, I was trying every single day. I was trying to call my parents, trying to convince them, trying to get them to accept my love and my life and my decision. And this is one thing I want to do on myself, and it has to be my choice and all that. I was hell-bent, I'm not going to step back from this. And every time I spoke to them, they were like, we don't have anything to speak to you. You already made your choice. You already have a life, so you go ahead with it. Who are we to come and interrupt? Who are we to decide? And no matter what I said, they had something to give back. So I was not able to convince them and all that. And 24th was my birthday, so I told her, let me just go to Andhra. Let me celebrate this birthday with my family, because once we get engaged, I didn't know how my parents are going to react. So I thought, like, maybe let's give it one last shot.
Actually, 27th was the engagement planned, and 24th was his birthday. I wanted him to be here for his birthday, because there will only be 3 days left for the engagement, and we need to get ready. We need to, do the prep work, because our parents are not at all involved in this. They are not spending on our engagement. Our parents do not even spend 1 rupee on our engagement, or they are not getting themselves involved in any of the arrangements. They said, you go ahead and do whatever you want, don't get us involved.
Yeah, so for spending all of this, she worked very hard, I worked very hard. We saved a lot of money.
We made a lot of sacrifices. We stopped eating out. So we made a lot of sacrifices to get all this set up. So I told them, you need to be here at least on your birthday, so that we can celebrate your birthday before engagement and then get ready for the engagement. But I don't know what was running in his mind. There was no answer from his side.
Because from my point of view, it's like I've been very attached to my parents. Since I didn't have any siblings or anyone, I was very much connected to them. I had hostel life throughout, so my parents were everything to me. I don't even remember attending any of my relatives' weddings or going to Kerala for any wedding or any functions like that way. So everything was, I didn't have anyone else to actually open up to and invite and get someone's support. And I didn't want to invite my relatives before my parents, because the first thing they do is immediately call up my parents and ask them what's happening, what's going on. So I wanted to go after my parents. I wanted to invite them. So somehow, birthday may be some weakness. They always gave me a lavish birthday. So I thought maybe I'll be able to convince them. Maybe I'll be able to ask them, just attend the engagement at least. We'll see everything later. We'll see how we can adjust and how we can blend along and get along and all that. So in that meantime, I actually went to Andhra and I told my mom, and she was very depressed. She was in a very low state of life.
He knew very well they are not going to come for the engagement. They are not going to attend the engagement. So it's better that he didn't go.
Yeah, I had to do it. I just had to do it. And there are some things which a guy has to do, because if I had to leave them out there, then what does it mean? Like all the love that they have poured on me over the years. So I needed them there. I needed them because what will it be? Will it be an engagement if I alone go from my side and she comes with the entire family and friends? Would it make any sense? Then we could call off the engagement and just have a family function, right? It's not called an engagement at all. So I needed some backup. So before I could let my cousins know also, because I didn't even let my cousins know about it. So that's what happened in Andhra. And I was there all the time and I was trying to convince my mom. I started to push them a little bit, over what they can absorb. So I pushed them to that extent that my mom really panicked, and she took some drastic steps, and it was very difficult to get her out of that. She was totally into depression, and she started to hurt herself, and I had to call up Fatima and say, sorry, I have to call off the engagement. And that was a big shocker for her. She said, what are you saying? You're not, I can't hear you. What did you just say? She couldn't believe what happened, because
I don't believe all that he says. Even now, I don't believe
why
what he says happened in Andhra. I don't believe it even today.
like, I know how hurt.
Come on, man. No, nobody can call off an engagement.
So actually I had to do it because I know I loved her. I know she'll lose faith in me, but I really believe that she loves me, and she would understand, and she will forgive me. So, and I knew at that point of time my mother will not, if I just had to leave my mother and go, I think that
I
would be
invited all my relatives. I convinced my parents. I fought so hard for all this. How can I call off an engagement after all this? Think about the girl side, Danton. It's very easy to just say it in one word. Call off the engagement. This is not a birthday party to call it off. This is a bloody engagement.
Okay, I hope she forgives me for that, but
I don't believe anything that you say. All this is a drama. This is not the reason to call off an engagement. You could have come and attended the engagement and later gone back to your parents and stayed there for an entire year. Who's going to stop you?
get married, right? I called off the engagement. What, I'm breaking up with you or what?
How embarrassing it is after inviting all the relatives. Already it is an interreligion marriage, and nobody has accepted it from my side. I had worked so hard to convince each and every one of them. I had worked so hard to convince my parents to invite all my relatives. Then what will they speak about my parents, and what will they speak about me? You have to think about all that, right? I'll never forgive you for this.
So there's it, guys. That's how our engagement broke, and I broke it, and I went back to Chennai. I told my parents that yes, I've called off the engagement, but I'm not leaving her. I'm not letting her go, and y'all need to decide fast what to do, because I can't do more than this for my parents. I felt like I really broke her heart, and I really, it's not only about her, it's about her entire relatives, it's about her parents, what they are facing. So I know I was selfish there. I had to do this for my mother, and I had to call it off, because I would have lost my mother otherwise. To that extent, I really thought. So I went back to Chennai, and I met her father, I met her, and they were all so upset. They were not angry, they were very, very upset. She was angry, but she was in tears, she was crying the whole time. I